Are you ready to revolutionize your morning? Do you know those old, boring coffee mugs with the handle? We here at Coffee Mug Systems have been hard at work to solve this earth-shattering problem. After years of feverish research and design, we present you the Mug, our scientifically engineered coffee container for an efficient enjoyment. Time for your most epic coffee ever. Wow, time to enjoy some coffee. Ow! Oh fuck, it's too hot. The mug is too hot. Ow, I can't hold it properly. Ow, this sucks. We at Coffee Mug Systems have heard your valuable feedback. Therefore, we came up with a high-tech insulating thermal sleeve made of elastic vibranium. Now you can hold your mug. Time to enjoy your epic morning. Ew, the coffee gets under the fucking sleeve. I can't even... Ew, it's flowing out of the bottom. Ew, it's fucking disgusting. Here, I at Normal Coffee Mug Systems have come up with an epic solution. Wow, look at that. I'm holding the mug without burning my fingers. Middle finger, wow, it's incredible. Ring finger, the tricks you can do with this thing. Incredible. I've revolutionized my morning. The epic 420 hyper handle, wow. Even Tony Stark uses it in one of those Batman movies. Unbelievable. So, with that little example in mind, the Swift Cities Gondola system and why it's incredibly stupid. Swift Cities is here to revolutionize transportation and real estate. An innovative gondola system combines autonomous pods with lightweight, fixed cable infrastructure to move passengers efficiently with significantly lower cost per mile and less emissions than traditional options. As a rule of thumb, a tech company using phrases like revolutionize transportation or autonomous pods should set off all sorts of alarm bells inside your head. But let's not jump the gun. Let's see what they came up with. Okay, so it's an urban gondola system, and the whole idea seems to be that it'll whisk passengers above streets, avoiding congestion. The pods would also be fully individualized. I know this because I asked. Yes, it would be fully individualized service. The stations would be on sidings off the main line. It is hard to see in the graphics we have right now, but as a pod stops, it basically pulls over off the main line. This allows any pod behind it to continue along unencumbered. Right, so what we're looking at here is an Uber on wires, basically. Now, what is wrong with this idea? If you look at the animation, these things go rather slow, maybe 20 km per hour, meaning they are only suitable for short distance and the lower end of middle distance. Can we think of a mode of individualized urban transportation perfect for short and middle distances? Yeah, it's called a bicycle. Case in point, in their promo video, they show a dramatic reenactment of a person using Swift through an app. I've nailed down the approximate locations, punched them into Google Maps, and would you look at it, it's an 8-minute bike ride. So instead of building towers, wire tracks, stations and pods, and also maintaining them, you can just paint a bike lane.
Transportation revolutionized.
Now on their website, they promise things like efficiency. Non-stop rides and flexible routes move passengers in high volumes. This statement is not true and betrays a phenomenal misunderstanding of transit from Swift. Do you know what other transportation method has big metal boxes offering non-stop rides and flexible routes? Cars, and they are the most inefficient, space and energy wasting transportation there is. Individual motorized vehicles are an inherently wasteful way of moving lots of people, and Swift is no exception. As for the rest of these promises, citation needed. But how do you create an efficient system that moves passengers in high volumes? Let's see if some good old common sense will give us a solution. If we look at any congested city, we can quickly identify busy routes along which a lot of people drive and points of interest where a lot of people want to go to. Now, get this. If you build a transit line along that busy route and transit stops at or near points of interest, a lot of people will take that transit instead of sitting in traffic jams for 2 hours. Trams, trains and buses move far more people than Ubers, as it turns out, even if the Uber is suspended in the air. But we can't have trams, trains and buses because that would violate the holy status quo of car dependence. If you look at Swift's renders, their system, whose biggest selling point is freeing up urban space, goes above a 5-lane road for cars. If we're so concerned about inefficient urban space use, why not take away a lane or two from cars and convert them to bus lanes, dedicated tram lines or separated bike paths, which would then move far more people? Well, because as I said, that would violate the car-centric status quo. You would think a transportation revolution would entail breaking the status quo and not abiding by it. You know, welcome to the American Revolution, where we recognize King George as our rightful ruler, and our radical goal is to put up a US flag next to the British colonial office if they let us. And we periodically see transit ideas like this. The straddling bus was one of them, the sky bus would have been something like that, even the Dahir Inside channel, a black hole of intelligence and creativity, has come up with multiple projects like Swift, and they're all equally stupid. As you can see, Swift is suffering from a number of issues, so let's go ahead and fix them. First off, the wires are a terrible idea, especially since the pods would be self-propelled. Usually cable cars are attached to the wire and there is a big engine somewhere that spins a wheel that moves the wire, thus the cabins. If the pods are self-propelled, however, their wheels would wear out the steel wires very quickly, leading to frequent and expensive replacements. So let's have a solid steel rail instead, like on this promotional render of theirs, thereby cutting down on wear. You can also combine it with a power source wire inside the rail, so the pods don't need batteries to run, which they presumably would have otherwise. Now those towers look nice and slick, but they would be too expensive. Not to mention, our system would then be vulnerable to high winds and would need to be shut down during storms and so on. Maintenance would also be difficult, since you would need to show up with a truck hauling a crane and a basket to do any work. Rescue would also be complicated. If a pod breaks down, you would need to call the fire department to evacuate people. Therefore, I propose to transfer the system to ground level, eliminating all the aforementioned issues. Now, efficient space use is very important to us. Thankfully, there are 5 car lanes, 2 of which we can easily convert to dedicated pod lanes, which will move a lot of people, increasing efficiency. Now we can skip the wires and poles by putting the rail on the ground, and we can immediately have 2 even for added stability. We can also move the power from inside the rail to above the pods for easier and cheaper maintenance and increased safety. Now, the individualized transit idea is cute, as in our pods operating like automatic Ubers, but that's not efficient enough. Let's build our line along a busy corridor with pre-planned intermediate stops so that a lot of people can get on and off wherever they want. For this highly efficient operation, however, the pods are too small. So let's join our pods together into one big, long articulated pod with lots of doors and much higher capacity. Join us at TR4M Systems for this incredible new mode of transit no one has thought of before. I have truly revolutionized transportation. Congratulations to me, I guess. And congratulations to you for watching. If you like my content, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I sometimes post pictures of my cats there for everyone's enjoyment. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time.